Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Powwow guy here. Hope you're all doing well. Um, the heat wave is here, so South Central Pennsylvania is pretty warm. It got up to 100 today. In the greenhouse, the thermometer in the greenhouse said 158. So don't want to be in there. Uh, but it's fine. I mean, we have air conditioning inside. It's fine. I'm still watering though. I went out and watered the garden just to kind of keep stuff a little bit cooled down. Most things like flowers and if there's grass or whatever, it's fine to get just like water the leaves and cool them down a bit. But the vegetables, you kind of have to water the ground. You don't want the water just like sitting on the leaves and developing mold and such. So those, especially the cucumbers, they love a lot of water. So you have to just kind of keep saturating the ground. Not every day, but maybe every other day or every other day. I don't know how to say that, but so yeah, just been keeping up with that. I think the heat snap breaks tomorrow night with these things usually end in thunderstorms. Uh, but one of the things that I mentioned the other day was that with the onset of all this rain, the grasses grew, and then we got this heat, and then you have to be worried about snakes. Well, snakes really like to be out. They like to come up, out, whatever, especially copperheads. Um, Not so much here where the homes are and such, but if you're, out and about in the woods or in fields or in some, such, copperheads can be a real thing. Of course, we have black racers, but it's still pretty rare to see them. And even rarer and more, I would say more northern central Pennsylvania, there might be rattlesnakes. I'm not really sure where they are here. I can say that in my life, I've seen probably five snakes my entire life. Um, they are afraid of people too. So, and I camp a lot, but I've only ever seen a couple snakes. Um, anyway, the reason I'm talking so much about snakes is because I was looking through some of my old newspapers. This one's really old and it's falling apart. Every time I move, it tears and it scares me. This is the Hummelstown Sun from August 6th. That's my birthday, 1880. Okay, I wasn't born quite that long ago. So yeah, this newspaper is 140, like 145 years old. And it's literally like bits are breaking off as I hold it. But the article is about Peter Heller from Berks County, Pennsylvania, and he's known as a snake charmer. And basically, Peter goes around and he loves snakes and he knows all about them. He knows where to find them and he knows how to kind of befriend them, handle them, even including like copperheads and rattlesnakes. Um, he knows where to find them, how to handle them, how to befriend them, pick them up, be gentle with them. And he's often called on if somebody gets bit by a snake because he creates his own remedies for them, his own medicine. So I'm just going to read you a little snippet of the article just because it's from 1880, but he talks about powwowing and what he does. Um, so here it says, the old man produced a small bottle half filled with a dark red, thick fluid. This is it. It's cooked out of roots and herbs and is very bitter. This is him talking. This is it. It's cooked out of roots and herbs and is very bitter. But medicine is not all I use. Some call the motions I go through with powwowing. Powwowing consists of gently rubbing and blowing the wound, but there's a special prayer said in a low tone of voice as I rub. That's what they call powwowing. In the Pennsylvania Dutch dialect, it is called brouk. Powwowing is done for burns, sores, erysipelas, wildfire, and similar ailments. It is an old German custom. They say that there are special prayers for each ailment, although I don't know more than about curing snake bites. So that's the thing about powwowing. There were many who did powwowing in some way, shape, or form, but maybe they only knew one or two things. And Mr. Heller, he was known as the snake charmer. So if you got bit by a snake, you would call on him and he would come and he would do some powwowing for you because that's what his gift was. Um, okay, I don't know more than about curing snake bites. Um, this powwowing is believed in by very many in this section of the state. Wait, powwowing. They say that nearly all powwowing is handed down from man to woman and from woman to man. A man can't tell a man, nor a woman a woman. Um, and that's a belief that's, held to be truth by many, many people. I have found that to not be the case, and there are many that also believe that in this day and age, that's kind of it was possibly done to keep the powwowers equal between men and women. So it wasn't like a male dominated tradition or a female dominated tradition. Um, but in this day and age, it's not really, it is what it is. Um, this powwowing is believed in by very many in this section of the state, especially among the German people. I believe in my secret, of course, because I never fail in it. If you will walk along over these rocks, we may come across a copperhead, and I will show you how to pick her up. I'll take one of you along and no more. Anyway, so then the article just, just more tears. The article goes on to say he took the interviewer along on a walk, and eventually the walk ended, and the guy just kept going up the hill and said, maybe we'll meet again, just kept going on way up the hill, which I thought was really kind of charming, I guess. So, Powwowing is very well documented. And I love that. I love coming across old articles. I love when people find them and then call me and say, wait do you see what I found? I can't wait to drop it off your house or whatever. And it's things like that. So I'm really, really grateful for that. The Hummelstown Sun, Hummelstown is just, I don't know, it ain't more than 3 or 4 miles from here. So it's kind of connected to Harrisburg actually. But I said ain't. I did not mean to say that word. That's a shame from my childhood. I used to talk like that, and I worked very hard to get that language out of my, that vocabulary out of my system. And the Pennsylvania, the Dutchy accent, I did. I worked very hard to because there was this thought of the dumb Dutch, and we all sounded like uneducated fools from, White Trashville, Pennsylvania, and as I got older, I worked very, very hard to overcome that and start speaking with more intelligence and expanding upon my vocabulary. But every once in a while, an ain't comes flying out of my mouth, so forgive me. Um, but there you go. I just wanted to share that interesting story with you guys, and I hope you're staying cool in this heat. Be careful of the snakes. God bless you guys. Love you, and we'll talk again really soon.